What if I told you that the faces that Americans loved so many years ago still rule Hollywood today? They look different now, older, stronger, more experienced, but their power, their popularity, still the same. This video is not just about actors. It's about time, about fame, about how Hollywood legends change, but never disappear. When people in the United States talk about their most beloved actors, one name always comes first: Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Years ago, he was primarily known as a wrestler, a WWE strongman trying to survive in the movies. At that time, no one could have imagined that he would become the most recognizable face in Hollywood. Then watch him, he will be shown in Last You Will Understand if you watch the first video, young, hungry, trying to prove himself. Now see him in 2026, bigger, more confident, stronger. Today, Americans don't just see him as an actor. They see him as an inspiration, as a strength, as an achievement. That's why, after all these years, Dwayne Johnson is still America's #1 favorite. Another face that has never left the hearts of Americans is Leonardo DiCaprio. When he was young, he was known as a charming romantic hero. People remember his early days, his smile, his soft face, but time has changed him. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio represents class, respect, serious acting. In the US, he's not just famous, he's respected. People don't just click on his movies for entertainment. They click because they trust him. Tom Cruise is different. Time seems to be afraid of him. Decades ago, he was a young action hero running in the movies. Today, in his 60s, he is still running, still jumping, still risking his life for the movies. Americans appreciate that. When people look at Tom Cruise, they don't see age, they see dedication. Brad Pitt is another name that never gets old. Back then, he was a symbol of style and charm. Every generation was familiar with his face. Today, he looks cool, more mature, more legendary. In the United States, Brad Pitt represents a timeless class. Johnny Depp's journey is emotional. When he was young, he surprised people with unique characters. Jack Sparrow changed everything. Even today, Americans feel connected to him. Not because he's perfect, but because he's real. Robert Downey Jr. has one of the greatest comeback stories in Hollywood. Once struggling, now iconic. Iron Man didn't just change his career. It immortalized him in American pop culture. Ryan Reynolds brought something different. Back then, he was just another actor. Today, he's humor, personality, viral power. Americans don't just watch him. They think they know him. Will Smith was part of people's childhoods. Comedy, action, drama. Even today, his face brings nostalgia to American audiences. Chris Hemsworth changed after becoming Thor. Before fame, he was unknown. Now he represents strength and heroism. Keanu Reeves has quietly aged. He has never been one to chase attention. Yet the internet loves him. In the US, people appreciate his humility more than his fame. Now let's talk about the new generation. Timothée Chalamet doesn't look like the old Hollywood stars, and that's why Americans love him. He feels different, modern, relatable. Jenna Ortega surprised everyone. From an ordinary young actress, a global sensation, her transformation is one of the fastest in Hollywood. Sydney Sweeney became a social media darling. Americans see her everywhere. Movies, shows, the internet. Anya Taylor-Joy doesn't need many words. Her words alone tell the story. Millie Bobby Brown has grown up in front of the world. The people of the United States have seen her transformation from child to stardom. Pedro Pascal has proven that success has no age limit. For years, she has waited. Now, she rules the streaming platforms. Evan Peters shows the dark side of acting. His transformation over the years is stunning. The children of Stranger Things have become adults before the eyes of Americans. Finn Wolfhard, Sadie Sink, Noah Schnapp. Americans feel emotionally connected to them. Keke Palmer is power, talent mixed with confidence. Michael B. Jordan represents modern Hollywood power. Zac Efron shows how life changes people. From teen star, mature actor. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck remind Americans of a classic Hollywood friendship. They may be older now, but respect only grows with time. Hollywood changes, faces change, styles change, but legends last forever. So tell me, when you see these faces, who is your favorite? And this is the reason why people in the United States never get tired of watching these faces. Because when Americans see these actors, they don't just see movies, they see memories. They remember where they were when they first watched them, who they were with, how life felt at that time. That emotional connection is powerful. That's why a then and now moment hits harder than anything else. When people see how these actors looked years ago and then see how they look in 2026, they realize one thing clearly. Time changes everyone, but greatness survives. Some of these actors became stronger with age, some became calmer, some became legends without even trying. And that's what Americans respect the most. Not perfection, but growth. Look at their eyes. When they were young, you see hunger. Now you see confidence. That confidence doesn't come from looks. It comes from experience, from failure, from success. This is why Hollywood is different. It doesn't just create stars, it creates stories. And every actor you're seeing on the screen right now is part of American culture. They shaped entertainment. They shaped childhoods. They shaped dreams. Some people grew up wanting to be like them. Some just wanted to watch them on a big screen again and again. Even today, when a new movie is announced, people don't ask about the story first. They ask one question: who is in it? Because names still matter, faces still matter, and love from the audience matters the most. That's why these actors are still here, still relevant, still powerful. So next time you see an old photo on the left and a new photo on the right, remember, you're not just looking at an actor. You're looking at time itself, moving forward, changing faces, but never erasing legends. And maybe that's why Hollywood will always feel special, because no matter how old these stars become, they never stop shining.